Okay, before we start, here are my sources. I'm using this website called Xan. I don't know, I think that's how it's pronounced. I just I kind of sort of needed a website that would just give me a definitive list of all the most popular songs of 2024. And I'm not going to sit here and try to figure out if they're right or not. I'm pretty sure that they're wrong because there's no Chappell Roan on this list, but that's just me. I glanced at it and I'm like, okay, this looks relatively right. I'm just going to go off of this list. They also claim that this is the top songs off of Spotify, and I can't confirm that myself because Spotify kicked me off of Premium. It's the main reason I don't use Spotify anymore. Anyway, hope you enjoy this probably okay video. Alright, so I get that it would probably make more sense to do this in an order of least popular to most popular on this top 10 list, but I don't really feel like doing that, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, let's talk about Espresso for a little bit. It's an okay song. I give it like a 6 out of 10, honestly. It sounds pretty generic. It feels like it was just meant to be a big hit and then just get thrown away once everyone was done obsessively listening to it. Honestly, I think I would like this song more if it was less overplayed. But either way, the bass hits really hard on this song. I will say that. This song has great bass. It's one of the weird things I notice about it. But yeah, I always listen to it and I'm like, man, this bass just rattles my soul. It's awesome. The song as a whole, I don't think is that great. The lyrics are pretty bad. The instrumental, I mean, it uses like a non-copyright loop that I don't think it counts as stealing that she took from this one other guy. But still, I feel like it doesn't quite feel right to me for your most popular song to be using a loop that you didn't even a music loop that you didn't even make. Am I gonna say I should like show what the original loop was like? I don't know. If I find the clip, I'll insert it here, but if not, then there will just be an awkward bit of silence. So anyway, I think it's an okay song. Compared to some of the other songs on this list, it's surprisingly good. It has groove to it. It's definitely a fun song to just sing along to with the homies, Ideal sort of beach party song, I don't think it's bad. It's just not. I don't quite think it's worthy of being the very top song of 2024. That doesn't exactly feel right to me. But, the people want what the people want, and the people are very generic and boring, so yeah. These beautiful things that I've got. Okay, so song number 2 is Beautiful Things by Benson Boone. And, am I going to be the first large music critic to say that this song is actually good? I mean, I don't like it that much. It's not on my playlist. I don't listen to it frequently, but, this is objectively a good song. It's better than Espresso. I mean, this is a solid song. He hits some really high notes. The lyrics seem pretty emotional. My only real gripe with it is that the vocals to this just sound a bit too overproduced. I don't necessarily know how to fix it, but just, I don't know, the lyrics, they don't, or not the lyrics are fine, the vocals, they sound really overproduced to me, and it kind of ruins any sense of emotion, and I think because of that, this song doesn't really, well, I shouldn't say it ruins all sense of emotion, this song's still pretty emotional, but my point is, I listened to it, and I feel like because of that, this song doesn't immediately strike me as emotional, it's just, wow, that guy can sing really high, that's cool. I don't really listen to what he's actually saying, though, unless I'm trying to. Overall, I give this song, a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, a 7.5 out of 10. That sounds about right. Alright, so next we have Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish, and I should probably clarify that I've never really liked Billie to begin with. I think a lot of it comes down to her voice. I think she's a pretty respectable person and a musician. She certainly has her niche, and a very particular style with her voice, which I can kind of respect. But it's not my thing. I just don't like it. This song in particular, it's one of the better Billie Eilish songs I've heard, but compared to everything else on this list, it's not that great. I think the instrumental to this song it just rubs me the wrong way, and, Billie's vocals are still Billie's vocals, which I don't really like. I guess the chorus sounds kind of good, though. The chorus is decent. It's really just the verses that are really boring, and they just make me sit there with a really blank face, okay? I don't have any emotion when listening to this song. It's really boring and uninteresting to me. I give this a 5 out of 10. No offense to Billie. On the slight chance that Billie Eilish sees this, keep doing what you're doing. You have fans, and I'm not one of them. So, keep going. Sorry, 5 out of 10. Okay, so this next song is by some people called Floy, Menor, and Chris MJ. The song, I already forgot the name of the song. 1 second. The song is called Gata Only, and I have to admit, I've literally never heard this song in my life, so I went and listened to it before coming on here to yap about it, and oh my gosh, it is terrible. The song, it's so annoying. Listen, one of the few reasons I held off on doing a video like this for so long was because I knew I'd have to listen to terrible songs like this, and unfortunately my worst fears are being confirmed. This song is absolute dog crap. It has no hook to it. There's no catchy part that you can at least sing along to. Like with most terrible, annoying songs, there's at least one part that, all the bros know and you can sing along to. But this doesn't have that. It's just annoying, over-auto-tuned, over-processed garbage. It's not good. How did this manage to get into the top 10? Who is listening to this frequently? Who? How does anyone enjoy this? I give this a 1 out of 10 because I genuinely can't find anything I like out of it. Call me a Karen if you want. I don't care. I'm just... I should move on before I start using angry words to describe this song. Okay, so the next song is Lose Control by Teddy Swims, and I saw it on the list and I had literally never heard of this song before, so once again I decided to look it up so I could listen to it. I'm not sure if the last song got me in a bad mood or something, but I wasn't really expecting to like this. I was prepared to be disappointed, basically, but I listened to it and I'm like, okay, this isn't even that bad. It's a good song, I guess. That's the point I'm trying to get across. Let's talk about the vocals first, because, this guy, he uses a very bluesy and very, emotional and just unforgiving, honestly, vocal style. I like how he just doesn't hide behind autotune or do really that much to make his voice sound more presentable. He just lets loose and sings, and I really respect that. I think it's very cool and interesting to just see a song that with just such raw-sounding vocals. There's also the instrumental, which is not quite as impressive. The instrumental itself is really simple, really simplistic. Honestly, when this song first came on, I thought I was on a commercial or something. That's genuinely what the instrumental sounded like to me, which is kind of funny, but seriously, I had to look over to realize, oh wait, that's the song. But yeah, it's a really good song, I think. I give it a 7 out of 10, yeah. It's not the greatest song of all time, but it's a pretty respectable and good song. It deserves at least a 7 out of 10, so that's what I'm going to give it. Alright, I want to say this is song number 6, but that's probably wrong. Ignore that. Point is, this is End of the Beginning by Dejo. Again, another song I've never heard, so I listened to it. I think it's all mood, but it doesn't really have any, it doesn't have any meat to it, It doesn't have, a main part of the song. It feels like most just good songs in general, they have that one just really beefy part to them that you stick for, and you're just like, oh, yeah, that's the part of the song, and this isn't it. This whole song is just a really long set of verses. It doesn't do anything interesting. I think what they have of this song is not necessarily bad. I like it, but it needs more. It needs a main juicy part of the song that everyone can just be like, okay, this is what the song's all about, too. Because you can't just essentially come up with a long, glorified set of verses and be like, okay, Mom, I made a song. This is not a song. It's just a long set of verses. It feels incomplete. it really all it needs is just an interesting main part. Really spruce up the chorus, make the chorus much more exciting and interesting, make it have some sort of hook, and then this song will be fine. I don't think it's a lost cause. I think it's just very incomplete. It's fragments. It's fragments of something bigger that was never created. This song is purely just disconnected fragments that were never connected by a main centerpiece. And this song is just completely missing that centerpiece entirely. I give it like a 5.5 out of 10. I think that's fair. Okay, next we have Too Sweet for Me by Hozier. I think that's how his name is pronounced. I don't really care though. I've heard this song on the radio many times, yet it somehow sounds better when I listen to it in private. I'm not sure why. This is a good song. I guess the lyrics are fine, but it's really just, I don't know. I can't describe what I like about the chorus, but I like the chorus. This might be the first song to be as good as the Benson Boone one, so yeah. I'll put it in like 7 out of 10. I think that's fair, I guess. But yeah, this is a good song, I think. So listen, I'm getting conflicting information from different lists across the internet. And like for this one, it says that song number 9 is Good Luck Babe by Chappell Roan. And that's never mentioned on the current list I'm going off of. And I really kind of want to talk about Chappell Roan. So I'm just going to take one of these boring songs that I don't know at all and replace it with the Chappell Roan one. It's fine. They'll never know. I know that it was never technically a problem to begin with, but problem solved. I have a lot of good things to say about this one, but I feel like a lot of them are based off of Chappell Roan in general, and not this song in particular, but it's still good. I mean, I would have chosen like Pink Pony Club or something to be Chappell's top song. I kind of sort of feel like Good Luck Babe doesn't necessarily deserve to be her best song, but I'm still glad that a Chappell Roan song is in the top 10 at all. I mean, she remained so obscure for so long. I think she deserves all the fame she gets. I'm not sure what it's going to take to get the world to realize how much I like Chappell Roan, but yeah, for the record, I like Chappell Roan very unironically. Anyway, let's talk about the song a bit. It's a good song, I guess. I mean, I guess it's good because it's like Chappell Roan. I should have come up with better things to say about this song. I swear good things exist to say about this song. Oh, here's one. Out of all the songs on this list so far, this has been literally the only one that's actually good enough for me to add to my playlist and listen to frequently. I think that says a lot, because a lot of these songs, I'm able to be like, okay, this is a decent song. This one I actually have on my playlist. I listen to it frequently. So, yeah, that's, good. But yeah, realistically, it's a good song. I think, it's really the chorus that sounds great, but the bridge is great, too. Yeah, there's nothing to comment on in particular. It's just a great song all around. But seriously, Pink Pony Club deserves to be up here, not Good Luck Babe. Makes me want you more. Alright, so for the 9th song, we're almost to the end. It's Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift. I think it's kind of interesting how much Taylor has blown up this year. Her most popular song in 2024 is a song that she made in 2019, which is kind of funny. But yeah, do you guys remember when Taylor used to be good? I do. I think this song is pretty good. It has a lot of energy to it, but it also feels like relatively processed and inauthentic at the same time. I don't know. There's too much reverb and backing vocals for me in this song. It's still a good song, though. I don't know, there's not much to say about it. It just feels like a really generic pop song, but it still has like decent high note parts on it. Like, yeah, this is. I think this song, it's like underrated but overplayed at the same time, which is kind of weird. Um, I give this song like I want to say like maybe a 6.5 out of 10. It's not that great, but it's a solid song. It's decent. It just feels like another generic pop song meant to be popular for a couple of months and then just get thrown away. This one's interesting though because like no one really talked about it between 2019 and 2023, and now that it's 2024, everyone's talking about this song for some reason, which is I don't know, it's weird to me. It came out in 2019. The song's like 5 years old. I don't know why people are treating it like it's some new sensational song because it's not at all. It's existed for like 5 years and it's just now popular. I don't know. Yeah, it's a good song, I guess. It's definitely better than pretty much anything else Taylor actually made in 2024, so I don't blame people. Okay, so the final song we have here is Die With a Smile by Bruno Mars, of course featuring Lady Gaga. And wow, just wow, this is such an incredible song. I didn't think, you know, with what I've thought of music and the music industry and the way we seem to just get obsessed with one terrible pop song and then move on to the next terrible pop song, I was not expecting something this good to come out of the charts or come out of the lists of 2024. But yeah, holy crap, this is an incredible song. It really is. So this song, it has this very sort of romantic and almost bluesy vibe to it. I think the whole like lyrical theme of the song is just being with your girl in the middle of an apocalypse. And like I get that that's like kind of cute and deep, but I feel like the fact that it's coming from Bruno Mars kind of discredits it a little. I don't know, maybe that sounds stupid, but like Bruno Mars is the same guy that said he would catch a grenade for us. So I'm kind of used to Bruno Mars writing stuff like this, so it just doesn't quite feel as deep coming from him. That doesn't really make the lyrics any less good, though. I feel like maybe I don't know, maybe if it wasn't for the reputation that Bruno Mars had of just writing love songs where he was talking about doing the most intense things for a girl, then maybe I would be hit harder by these lyrics. But I just listen to them and I'm like, yep, that's Bruno Mars. But yeah, the song as a whole is great. I particularly really love the pre-chorus where he's just repeating, I'ma love you every night like it's the last night over and over again, but like louder. There's never a part of this song where I'm like, this is not good, I'm not enjoying this. I enjoy every minute of this song. It's truly great. I give it a 9.5 out of 10, and let me explain why I'm not giving it a 10 out of 10. Now, a lot of it comes down to the chorus instrumental, because as I'm saying, that pre-chorus where he keeps like saying that part louder and louder and more dramatically, it feels like it's building something extremely big, and you hear that, and it gives your brain an expectation. You think, okay, he's getting louder and louder, he's singing this intensely, he's about to just let loose and show us something great. And I mean, the chorus is still good, but I feel like the instrumental is kind of lackluster. It just doesn't feel intense enough. I think the instrumental they should have put more effort into the instrumental of the chorus. I feel like with that pre-chorus and the way it built this up, that chorus should have just hit me like a wall of sound, but instead it was just this casual, like really casual romantic chorus. And I do think it's still good. Really all they need to do is just extremely beef up the instrumental of the chorus. I don't know, maybe add some like subtle electric guitars, bunch more synths. Just stuff that would make it sound like just a wall of sound, you know? This chorus, it needs to sound more intense. It really does. Specifically the instrumental. They could honestly just leave the same vocal track. But yeah, as a whole, I still absolutely love this song. I think it's surprisingly good. I've been through this entire list. I feel like it wasn't quite as bad as stuff was in 2023, but you still have songs like that Gata Only song with the, like, terrible Spanish auto-tuned rap. And I always thought that that's the kind of stuff that, dominated the music industry. And, I don't know, I guess what I'm trying to say is that this song, it's special. It feels special, and I love that it got this popular. I don't know, maybe it's because Bruno Mars was already kind of known for just writing hits. But yeah, this is truly a special and interesting song, and I don't want it to just be thrown away once everyone's done listening to it. This song, it deserves to be remembered. I also just think it's interesting how Bruno Mars has been doing like similar things ever since 2010, and he was able to just casually come back and just make such a banger. Just crawl out of his retirement and make this. I guess he also made that ATP song with Rose, which was which was much less good than this was. But those songs are like totally different styles, so it feels wrong to even compare them. I think featuring Lady Gaga in this, it didn't, I don't know, I think it adds a nice touch, but I still feel like the song could have survived without Lady Gaga. Though I did feel pretty serenaded during the parts of like Lady Gaga just quietly singing, the lines of the chorus during the bridge. That was pretty nice. And, I hadn't really heard from Lady Gaga much ever since, all the stuff she did back in like the 2010s when she became popular. I just kind of assumed she retired or something, so it's interesting to see her back here. And I didn't realize until I listened to this song how much she actually had a part in it. I don't know, I guess people only ever showed me the popular parts of this song, but I thought it was going to be like mainly Bruno singing in it, but it wasn't. So it's nice how this really feels like an actual collab and less of just her being featured on it. I can't really decide which is better, but yeah, I don't know. This song is just so good, and I want to talk about it more, but I also want what I'm talking about to make sense. I don't want to just be jabbering, but also, why else would you watch this video? So, yeah. What are some other good songs of 2025 or 2024? Yeah, I guess since this is pretty much the end of all of it, there are some other like pretty good songs that came out in 2024 that I kind of want to bring up. Of course, there's a couple of the songs off of the Linkin Park From Zero album, which I already made an entire review off of, though I guess I'm kind of biased since I've always liked Linkin Park. But I also feel like off of Sabrina Carpenter's whole Short and Sweet album, Espresso really isn't one of the better songs on that album, because there's stuff like Please, Please, Please and Taste, which are much better, and I feel like would have deserved to be up here more than Espresso did. But then also you have some pretty terrible music, like Tortured Poets Department. I also made an entire video just doing a tier list of Taylor Swift albums, and it's kind of funny because I was pretty sympathetic and chill towards most of the albums, but I got to Tortured Poets Department and just absolutely ripped it apart from the inside out. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that album. I think 2024 was a pretty good year for music. I'm proud of 2024. It was a good year. Like we had a Linkin Park reunion and that was great, but there were also weird stuff like Dave Grohl cheating on his wife, which I probably shouldn't talk about. There's also the Diddy situation, which I really shouldn't talk about. And then, yeah, I don't know, I guess that's just about it. Oh, there's also the rise of Chappell Roan. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. Initially, when I first heard my siblings constantly listening to Hot to Go, I was like, okay, this is going to be another one of those generic pop songs that gets listened to for a bit, but then thrown out. And I still think Hot to Go really isn't that great, but Chappell as a whole is a great artist. She has such an angelic and charming voice, and it works so well for many things, really. Recently I saw her like covering the song Barracuda, which is, a more rock song, and she still sounded great singing that. So it's not just her own music that she sounds great singing. Yeah, I kind of wish Chappell was on this list more. I'm surprised Hot to Go didn't end up on this list, but that's fine, I guess. Yeah. There's also, I guess I'll go back. What are some other popular songs of 2024 that weren't really mentioned here? Maybe I should just make a different video talking about, like, the worst songs of 2024. Yeah, that might be a better idea. Anyway, bye. Go. Leave. And don't subscribe. I have enough subscribers. Just go. Why are you still here? Go. Seriously, leave. Bro, do I just need to stop the video for you? Okay, fine.